Director, Reliance Industries, Dr. Klaus Retting, Mr. Deepak C. Mehta, Mr. Prabdas. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as we formally inaugurate India Chem 2024. Thank you very much. I request the esteemed dignitaries to kindly take their seats on stage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take this opportunity to formally welcome the distinguished dignitaries present on stage. I request Ms. Nivedita Shukla Verma to kindly welcome our chief guest, Shri Jagat Prakash Nadda, Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare and Chemicals and Fertilizer, Government of India. Can we all together once again welcome him with a thunderous and a warm round of applause. Thank you very much, Chief Guest, Honorable Minister, for gracing this event with your benign presence. We now welcome Guest of Honor, Shri Bhupendra Rajnikant Patel, requesting Ms. Verma to do the honors. Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat. Kindly keep the applause going as we welcome Shri Bhupendra Rajnikant Patel, Honorable Union Chief Minister of Gujarat. We now welcome Guest of Honor Dr. Mohan Yadav, Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Kindly keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. We now welcome Guest of Honor Shri Mohan Charan Maji, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha. Thank you very much for your gracious presence. Thank you very much, Ms. Verma, for doing the honors. I now request Mr. Deepak Mehta to please welcome our guest of honor, Srimati Anupriya Patel, Honorable Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare and Chemical and Fertilizer, Government of India. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our guest of honor, Srimati Anupriya Patel. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Mehta, for doing the honors. I now request Mr. Prabdas to please welcome our guest of honor, Shri Sampath Chandra Swain, Honorable Minister of State in charge for Industries, Government of Odisha. A hearty welcome to you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you very much for doing the honors. Good morning, distinguished guests, dignitaries, industry leaders. A very warm welcome to the inaugural session of India Chem 2024, the 13th Biennial International Exhibition and Conference. This year's theme, Advantage Bharat, Indian Chemicals and Petrochemicals Paving the Future, highlights India's expanding leadership in the global chemicals and petrochemicals industry. Today, we come together at a pivotal moment where innovation, sustainability, and global collaboration are set to redefine the future of this crucial sector. To formally open today's session, I now invite Mr. Deepak C. Mehta, Chairman FICCI National Chemical Committee and CMD, Deepak Nitrite Limited, to deliver the welcome remarks. Can we please welcome him on the dais?
Shri Jagat Prakash Nadda ji, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Gujaratna Chief Minister, Shri Mohan Yadav ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Mohan Charan Maji ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Orissa, Srimati Anupriya Patel, Honorable Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare and Chemicals, Mitro, friends. Today we are meeting on the grand occasion of India Camp. And I remember recently Mr. Ray Dalio, one of the billionaires in United States, mentioned about India and the fantastic growth opportunities that India has. And he actually compared Narendra Modi ji with Deng Xiaoping of China. that जिस तरह से 1984 में डेंग जियाओपिंग ने चाइना का लीडरशिप लेके चाइना को पॉवर्टी में से आगे निकाला और आगे किया, उसी तरह आज जो नया भारत हो रहा है तो उसके मुख्य आर्किटेक्ट नरेंद्र मोदी जी है। और अगले 100 साल के बाद भी हम ये देखेंगे, सोचेंगे कि किस तरह इंडिया नया भारत कैसे बना मोदी जी के नीचे। इस नए भारत में हम कहते हैं कि मे बी वी विल बिकम द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट नेशन इन द वर्ल्ड। अब जब द नेशन इज ग्रोइंग, द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ ऑफ पीपल इज इम्प्रूव।
तो चलिए इन्हीं तस्वीरों के साथ फिलहाल इस बुलेटिन में इतना ही, दीजिए इजाजत, नमस्कार।
अब BSTV है टाटा प्ले पर भी। देखिए टाटा प्ले चैनल 1170।
नमस्कार, मैं हूं प्रवीण दुबे। दिग्विजय सिंह, कांतिलाल भूरिया, बाकी नकुल
संगम करके नड्डा जी लाए हैं और तीनों चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब यहाँ पे है हमारे साथ में। और तीनों का मेरे ख्याल से यही कमिटमेंट होगा कि हमारे स्टेट को हम कैसे सिंगापुर बनाएं, और इसी तरह से ही इंडिया नंबर 3 इन द वर्ल्ड हो जाएगा। हमने अब तक देखा है, 10 साल 15 साल पहले की ये बात है कि जब हम कहते थे कि इंडिया में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फॉलोज डेवलपमेंट, माने पहले घर बन जाता है और फिर रास्ता बनता है और फिर पानी की लाइन आती है। हमने सुना है ये सब चीफ मिनिस्टरों से कि जहाँ पे दे आर गोइंग टू बी गिविंग हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी टू बिल्डिंग अप इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। And when this infrastructure is good, when this infrastructure is much more than we need today, we will attract more and more industrial investment. Sir, we are very, very keen to work with you to create the new Bharat. And I want to assure you, not only all Indians, but also the world is looking forward to India becoming the number 3 in the world. Thank you very much and a very, very warm welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mehta, for your insightful opening remarks. It is now my privilege to invite our distinguished keynote global speaker, Dr. Klaus Retting, member of the Extended Executive Board of Evonik Industries AG and President Asia Pacific. Can we all please welcome Dr. Retting on the dais?
Good morning. So, Honorable Minister, Mr. Nadar, Honorable Minister of State, Ms. Patel, dear Secretary, Ms. Werner, Honorable Chief Ministers of States, fellow speakers, industry leaders, delegates, namaste. I am really happy and excited to be back in India. As a matter of fact, the third time this year. I'm based in Singapore, so it's not really that far. And it's a real honor for me to be a keynote speaker at the India Chem 2024. Thank you to FICCI for this invitation. In line with the theme of this event, Advantage Bharat, Indian chemicals and petrochemicals paving the future, let me share my perspective as head of Asia for one of the leading global specialty chemical companies. I think you all know the chemical industry is moving into its next phase of development. With a necessary, much stronger focus on sustainability, which will be next to safety, the license to operate for our industry in the future. We are in a time of reorientation of value chains with stronger elements of regionalization and increasing importance of Asia and intensifying cooperation within Asia. We see a stable political and economical outlook for the Asia-Pacific region, with an average growth expectation between 4 and 5% per year for the next years to come. In 2024, the global chemical industry is having, let's say, a modest recovery from a challenging year 2023. Global supply chains are still under pressure, among others due to the ongoing security issues in the Red Sea area. The global oversupply situation for many chemicals is putting pressure on our profitability. However, unbroken is the shift towards sustainable and circular chemicals and products. And the acceleration of this trend will transform the global chemical industry going forward. We are convinced that two concepts point the way to a future, let's say, worth living in: innovation and sustainability. We only can shape the future with new ideas, outstanding innovations, and resource-efficient and innovative businesses. This is why, just a few weeks ago, Evonik, we presented how we want to drive forward the green transformation of our industry. We presented our 3 new innovation growth areas: advanced precision biosolutions, accelerate energy transition, and enable circular economy. With these, we will achieve additional sales of more than 1.5 billion euros by 2032. Our innovation strategy shows how sustainable products and solutions will support Evonik's future growth even more strongly and at the same time reducing our customers' ecological footprint. This year, we opened a new research and development center here in India, as a matter of fact, not far from here, in Thane. India will play an important role in our regional and global innovation network. India is one of the few large economies that has shown strong and resilient growth over the last decade, and it's making steady strides towards becoming, we heard this, the 3rd largest economy in the world by 2030. India remains the fastest growing major economy in our region. The government of India, stable policy and economic support is accelerating the country's development. We hope that India and the EU will conclude the long-awaited free trade agreement between them. The ongoing Indo-German Green and Sustainable Development Partnership will, from our point of view, further foster closer cooperation between India and Germany to develop solutions for climate change and sustainable development. We also hope that India participates in RCEP or in ASEAN free trade partnerships, which can give India a much stronger position in Asia. I was happy to see that India's Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, and our new Prime Minister, Lawrence Wong, are also looking to intensify the cooperation between India and Singapore. The government of India's reforms and policies like Make in India, fostering strong market growth and enabling positive environment for investments in India. As a global specialty chemical company, market size and growth, free trade agreements which make the market bigger, ease of information exchange and know-how transfer within our own networks, know-how protection, and the availability of talent and competitive green energy, and not at last, government support for investments are important factors for our investment decisions. India's vision of net zero by 2070 and to become a developed country by 2047 will further act as a motivation for strong and sustainable economic growth. We believe India has a large potential to emerge as a regional or even global chemical manufacturing hub in the coming decades. This would also lead to a substantial inflow of significant FDI into the chemical sector. And, of course, the participation of global players in the manufacturing in India. Once again, free trade agreement and preferential trade agreements will also catalyze that companies can build world-scale assets in India to manufacture for India, of course, but also for regional and global markets. This is especially important for a specialty chemical company like us. The Indian government focuses on improving the basis and the easiness of doing business in India, as well as providing incentives for investment and manufacturing, key commitments for sustainability like 500 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2030, EV, green hydrogen, infrastructure development, to name just a few. We as Evonik are over 35 years present in India and working closer with our Indian customers on their growth journey. In Asia, we currently have 20% of our global workforce. India makes up 10% of Asia for us, of our Asian workforce. That means 2% of our global workforce we have today in India. That means as a multinational company we say 2% of our DNA is Indian DNA. That's, of course, certainly not enough. So our clear growth target is to increase our footprint in Asia and in India substantially until the year 2030. Evonik supplies numerous products that help the development of India. Just to name a few, we produce Udurgit for pharma customers. We have Metamino for nutrition, animal nutrition industry. We have additives for the coating industry. We have cross-linkers for turbine blade manufacturing. We produce lubricant additives to support the implementation of Bharat 6 and emission norms set by the government of India. And we also have biogas separation membranes that enables biogas companies in their movement to support the government's scheme on compressed biogas production. With sustainability, decarbonization, circularity being key focus areas for the Indian government, we believe that Evonik's next generation solution can play a key role in India's needs. Green hydrogen will play an important role in decarbonization, also in India. And going forward, we also can contribute here as Evonik with our next solutions like Durian, which is an AM membrane. Likewise, we offer innovation for circular plastics with our additives. India presents, therefore, potential opportunities to enable low carbon footprints and sustainable products, also with significant biomass and biofeedstock. Also here, we as Evonik looking into evaluating options. So we believe Evonik's portfolio, our next generation technology, next generation solutions can contribute significantly to the development in India and, of course, give us good business opportunities in India. But we don't want to do all of it by ourselves. I am a strong believer in partnerships. This means we are open, we are even looking for partnerships with good partners in India. We as Evonik, we are excited to be part of India's chemicals and petrochemicals growth journey. We really look forward to many great positive developments that will come for India. I think it's for sure advantage Bharat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Retting, for your enlightening and forward-thinking address. Next, we are honored to have with us Mr. Nikhil Meswani, Executive Director, Reliance Industries Limited, who will deliver the Indian keynote address. Let's all welcome Mr. Meswani on the dais.
Very good morning. Honorable Sri Nadaji, we are deeply thankful to you for coming, sparing your valuable time and blessing us today. Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Honorable CM of Gujarat, Mohan Yadav ji, CM of Madhya Pradesh, Mohan Manji ji, CM of Odisha, his Industry Minister, Mr. Swain, Anupriya ji, who has been a constant guiding support to us for many, many years now. Our Secretary, who has always supported the causes of chemical industry, Mrs. Nivedita Shukla ji, Dr. Rettig, my colleagues from the industry, Prabdas ji, Deepak Bhai, honorable distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and proud delegates. My special appreciation to Thiki for doing this yeoman service to India's chemical industry. All along, India Chem 24 has been organized in its 13th edition, and it is always a place to meet the industry in wonderful delight because it always happens just before Diwali. It is my great honor, it is my pleasure to address you, having participated in more than half those occasions. We lost a big industry leader only a few days ago in Sri Ratan Tata. I would like to quote an example of something that he said to change the vision and perception of our industry. Mr. Tata was attending a Harvard class, which was also attended by others. And the professor asked, how many years will you take to buy BMW? And the doctor said, maybe 6 to 9 months. The MBA said, definitely 6 months. The banker said 3 months. An engineer said maybe 2 years. When Mr. Tata's turn came, he said 5 years. And everybody was startled. Why? So he said, BMW is a big company. It will take time to buy that company. And I think chemical industry has the same opportunity. If we think of our long-term vision, this is the place to grow. India is going to be the bedrock of chemical industry for the next 20 years, my friends. Chemical industry is the essential foundation that every other industry is built upon. It is in fact a solution provider. It produces materials with modern solutions and enables the comforting of modern lives and propels economic development. Progressive applications of our industry has contributed significantly to the advancement of human civilization from the industrial age to technological age, fulfilling the needs from basic needs like roti, papada, makan to today's technological age to fulfill the needs of a smartphone, a computer screen, a solar panel, and also an electric.
आप मुंबई से देख रहे हैं जहां इंडिया गेम 2024 का शुभारंभ हुआ है। मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर मोहन यादव भी मौजूद हैं, जहां मध्य प्रदेश का प्रतिनिधित्व करेंगे। मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर मोहन यादव मध्य प्रदेश में निवेश को लेकर अपने विजन को आगे रखते हुए नजर आएंगे। साथ ही मध्य प्रदेश में जो निवेश की अपार संभावनाएं हैं उस पर जोर देते हुए नजर आई हैं। कार्यक्रम में आपको बता दें, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जेपी नड्डा भी शामिल हुए हैं, साथ ही कई राज्यों के प्रतिनिधि भी शामिल हुए हैं। मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर मोहन यादव
economy with global GDP multiplying 10 times from the present $3.5 to $32 trillion and in multiplying our per capita income 10 times to over $20,000 per capita. Manufacturing will grow 15 times, I repeat 15 times to $6 trillion per capita. And if 96% of that is chemicals, you can imagine the opportunity of our chemical industry. With this ambitious vision, we have significant opportunity in 4 different areas. Basic commodity building blocks, polymers, elastomers, aromatics, specialty and commodity chemicals will remain the backbone of this industry. To enable this, we require a world-scale cracker, ethylene cracker every year of at least 1 million tons, which will double our polymer production from presently to 35 million tons by 2030. Similarly, we will have polyester consumption more than double to 10 million tons before 2030. Who would have believed that on the back of evolution of our chemical industry, that the Indian auto industry will produce 5 million vehicles in 2024. If I would have said this 10 years ago, none of us would have believed it. Such is the impact of materials on Indian industry. These high investments are only going to pave way to make sure that the world looks at China +1, and it is India's time to capture that advantage and create meaningful jobs. This envisages also a large downstream development, not only to meet the growing needs of India, but also to be an exporter to the world. Value-added and specialty chemicals will grow even faster. And let us understand that 1/3 of these imports are sourced from China today. That is the opportunity lying in front of us. Globally, we need to make sure that we leverage on these building blocks, and we can aspire to grow our chemical industry at double-digit growth rates. Implementation of standards, making sure that we have all the facilities is the reason why we are seeking government support in non-fiscal terms. And I am very, very glad that our minister personally is taking so much interest and has gathered here the Triveni Sangam of 3 ministers to make sure that this dream becomes a reality. However, to be viewed on the backdrop of global megatrends, I would like to quote here our chairman, Shri Mukesh Ambani. The first element of our philosophy of growth and value creation should be to create societal value, followed by customer value, and then to create employee value. Only then can the shareholder value be sustained. In this backdrop, the first mega trend is sustainability imperative. This is driving energy transition for renewable fuels like solar and wind, and as a result of hydrocarbon fuels will decline. Refineries will therefore become only a supplier of fuels and feedstock to chemical industry. India's solar capacity will more than double to 500 gigawatts by 2030. Yields in every refinery, which was traditionally 10 to 15% for chemicals, will go all the way to 60 to 70% in refineries of tomorrow. The second trend is circularity. This will contribute to make sure we do material recycling, via mechanical or chemical recycling, energy recovery via waste to fuel or pie oil to make sure we convert waste to wealth. Third, biodegradable materials to make sure we have a better place to live for our future generations. We need to adapt to these trends and transform our industry on the backbone of oil to chemicals and sustainable chemical industry. At Reliance, we were born out of a journey from chemicals to oil. We have embraced these changes and we firmly believe that this vertical will remain our growth engine for several decades to come on the back of Indian chemical industry's growth. We have committed to achieve net carbon zero by 2035, and Jamnagar, which is today the dream of every engineer and the bedrock of hydrocarbon industry, will also remain the cradle of renewable energy. We are in the middle of building 5 gigafactories for solar, batteries, hydrogen, fuel cell and power electronics. Not having said that, we are already committed to invest over 60,000 crores in basic chemicals to meet India's needs in PVC, PTA and specialty polyester, which will cater to the needs of industrial and technical textiles as a major area of growth. In sustainability, we have successfully commercialized chemical recycling and have started exporting polymers by chemical recycling, and we have increased our efforts in PET from 2 billion bottles a year to reach over 5 billion bottles by 2026. Jamnagar has several feedstocks available to create new value chains which will cater to growing needs of India. I would like to conclude by quoting our founder chairman, Sri Dhirubhai Ambani. Our dreams have to be bigger, our ambitions higher, our commitments deeper, and our efforts greater. This is my dream for Reliance and for India. Thank you for your patient listening and a very happy Diwali in advance.
Thank you, Mr. Meswani, for your inspiring insights into India's leadership in this sector. For a comprehensive update on the recent developments in the chemicals and petrochemical sector, I now invite Ms. Nivedita Shukla Verma, Secretary, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Government of India, to deliver the sectoral briefings. Please welcome her.
Honorable Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, Shri Jagat Prakash Nadda ji. Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Patel ji. Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Mohan Yadav ji. Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Mohan Chandra Manjhi ji. Honorable Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare and Chemicals and Fertilizers, Srimati Anupriya Patel ji. Honorable Minister of State for Industries, Government of Odisha, Shri Swai ji. Our esteemed keynote speakers, esteemed industry leaders, senior officials from Government of India as well as state government, distinguished guests. As we all know, India Chem has developed into one of the key events in this sector, bringing together industry leaders, policy makers, researchers and innovators from across the globe and fostering an environment where ideas are exchanged, partnerships are forged and new possibilities are explored. We are proud to have the Netherlands with us as a partner country for the event. India and the Netherlands share a robust trade relationship, particularly in the chemical and petrochemical sector. The bilateral trade between the two countries in chemical sector stood at $2.4 billion last year. The Netherlands is a global leader in circular economy initiatives, and Indian companies have been making great strides in adopting these practices, particularly in reducing waste and recycling. It is also heartening that Honorable Chief Ministers of our three partner states, Gujarat, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh, have graced us with their presence here today. Gujarat has been a forerunner in chemical and petrochemical production in the country, contributing about 40% of India's total chemical and petrochemical exports. Odisha is emerging as a significant player in the sector and is poised to become a major hub with its numerous ports, skilled workforce, and conducive industrial policies. Madhya Pradesh has immense potential and is witnessing the development of a major petrochemical complex presently. Indian chemical industry has shown remarkable resilience and innovation, consistently achieving significant milestones, and we are now one of the fastest growing chemical markets globally. The theme of India Chem 2024, Advantage Bharat, is most apt given that India today stands at the threshold of immense opportunities. The Indian economy possesses several advantages which position it for rapid and sustained economic development. India boasts a large and growing domestic market. By 2030, Indian middle class is expected to have the second largest share in global consumption at 17%.
हमारा अपना ये मंत्रालय भी और गणतांत्रिक देश में दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी के वो राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष है। हमें इस बात का गर्व में आपकी ओर से जोरदार ताली बजा करके उनका अभिनंदन करें, वंदन करें, जिनके निमित्त हम जैसे राज्य भी आज एक अलग प्रकार की इस विभाग से जुड़ करके आगे की योजना बना रहे हैं। यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी का जोरदार अभिनंदन करें, जिनके नेतृत्व में देश आज एक अलग दुनिया में जा रहा है। हमारे इसी मंच पर विराजमान यशस्वी गुजरात के मंत्री, मेरे अभिन्न मित्र श्रीमान भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल साहब, मेरे हम नाम और मेरे नाम राशि उड़ीसा के मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान मोहन चरण मांझी जी, हमारी इस मंत्रालय की एमओएस मंत्री श्रीमती अनुप्रिया पटेल जी, माननीय खनिज मंत्री उड़ीसा संपत चंद्र जी, अध्यक्ष फिक्की प्रभुदास जी, दीपक मेहता जी, क्लेश जी, निखिल जी, मंच पर उपस्थित सभी माननीय अधिकारीगण और आप सब, बदलते दौर में खासकर आज के इस समय में जिस प्रकार का ये समय चल रहा है और यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में भारत में बहुउद्देशीय एक तरह से योजना भी बनाई है और काम भी कर चालू किए हैं। और यही कारण है कि 2014 के बाद भारत कहाँ 11वें नंबर की अर्थव्यवस्था पे था और ये 2023 आते आते भारत 5वें नंबर पे आया है। और जिस प्रकार से अलग अलग प्रकार के सबने टारगेट तय किए हैं, खास करके मैं बधाई देना चाहूँगा भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल को। गुजरात का आपने अपना रिकॉर्ड बताया है और हमारे सभी प्रदेशों को समान रूप से आगे बढ़ने के लिए यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री लगातार प्रोत्साहित कर रहे हैं। और जब से यशस्वी माननीय मंत्री नड्डा जी बने हैं, वो भी लगातार दोनों तरह से, यद्यपि उनके पास हमारे लिए और आनंद है कि उनका हमारा अपना संबंध भी अलग प्रकार का है, लेकिन विभाग के नाते से स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय भी और इस मंत्रालय में भी समान रूप से मेहनत कर रहे हैं। इसलिए मध्य प्रदेश को लेकर के मैं कुछ बातें जरूर बताना चाहूँगा। मध्य प्रदेश में आज हमारे अपने बीना में भारत पेट्रोलियम पेट्रोकेमिकल्स की परियोजना 50,000 करोड़ की से अधिक की लागत का हमारा यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री ने भूमि पूजन किया है और इस पे हमने काम चालू किया है। साथ ही साथ गेल इंडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड का वृहत पेट्रोकेमिकल्स ये परियोजना एक और मंजूर होने जा रही है। मुझे इस बात का गर्व है कि लगभग 60,000 करोड़ से ज़्यादा की ये परियोजना भी हमारे अब आखिरी चरण में पहुंची है। पीथमपुर में देश में सबसे पहले सेज को स्थापित करने के लिए जहां 40 से ज़्यादा फार्मा इकाइयां अपना काम कर रही है। मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है, मध्य प्रदेश में 275 फार्मा यूनिट्स स्थापित है। प्रदेश में 160 से अधिक देशों को दवाएं निर्यात हो रही है। दवा निर्यात करने में मध्य प्रदेश का स्थान चौथा है। फार्मा एक्सपोर्ट में 8 गुना बढ़ोतरी हुई है। 2023-24 में 11,890 करोड़ की फार्मा प्रोडक्ट एक्सपोर्ट हुए हैं। देश की टॉप फार्मा कंपनी में से 6 की यूनिट मध्य प्रदेश में स्थापित है। प्रदेश में फार्मेसी और मेडिकल कॉलेजों की संख्या लगातार बढ़ती जा रही है। वर्तमान में 250 फार्मेसी और 35 मेडिकल कॉलेज अपना काम कर रहे हैं। केमिकल, पेट्रोकेमिकल्स उद्योग के लिए प्रदेश में अधोसंरचना तैयार है। रायसेन के जिले तामोट, ग्वालियर में बिलोवा में प्लास्टिक पार्क, रतलाम में बृहत फार्मा बायोटेक केमिकल जोन का विकास हो रहा है। झाबुआ के मेघनगर में औद्योगिक क्षेत्र स्थापित कर केमिकल उद्योग के लिए मॉडर्न इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, धार के पास बदनावर में पीएम मित्र पार्क, भोपाल ग्वालियर में केंद्रीय पेट्रोलियम रसायन अभियांत्रिक एवं प्रौद्योगिक संस्थान सीपेट की शाखाएं स्थापित हमने की है। एक के बाद एक लगातार जिस प्रकार से हमारे अपनी सरकार ने भी काम हाथ में लिए हैं, मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है कि वर्तमान के दौर में आज जब माननीय नड्डा जी ने जब से मंत्रालय संभाला है, हमारे लिए और एक अलग संभावना का दौर बना है। ऐसे में जब हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं तो मैं अपने प्रदेश को उनके साथ कदम से कदम मिलाकर चलने के लिए हमने अपनी रीजनल इंडस्ट्री कॉन्क्लेव भी प्रारंभ की है। अभी तक हमारे यहाँ आमतौर पर इंदौर में ही इंडस्ट्री कॉन्क्लेव होती थी। अब उज्जैन, जबलपुर, ग्वालियर, सागर, इसी माह रीवा, सिंगरौली सभी रीजनल क्षेत्र में इंडस्ट्री कॉन्क्लेव करते हुए हमने कोशिश की कि क्षेत्रीय उद्योगों के आधार पर सभी प्रकार की संभावना का द्वार मध्य प्रदेश में है। ऐसे में हमारे लिए ज़्यादा जरूरी हो जाता है कि हम अपने निवेशकों को आमंत्रित करें और निवेशकों को कि मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर जो सरकार के द्वारा दिए जा रहे अलग अलग प्रकार की सुविधाओं से भी उनको रूबरू कराएं। इसलिए न केवल प्रदेश में बल्कि देश के भी अलग अलग सेक्टर में जाकर के हम रोड शो के माध्यम से हमारी निवेश की सभी पॉलिसियों के बारे में बता रहे हैं। मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है, इस बम्बई सहित बम्बई, कोयम्बटूर, मद्रास, हैदराबाद, कलकत्ता इत्यादि शहरों में हमने अपने रोड शो किए हैं और उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि अलग अलग प्रकार से जिस प्रकार से हमको रिस्पांस मिला है, बहुत जल्दी मध्य प्रदेश अब इस सेक्टर में भी बहुत आगे बढ़ेगा। खास करके आने वाले समय में हमारे लिए जब हमारा गेल इंडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के माध्यम से ये जो बृहत पेट्रोकेमिकल परियोजना का काम आगे बढ़ रहा है, जिसके माध्यम से सीहोर और आष्टा ये एक तरह से मध्य क्षेत्र है देश का, यहाँ पास में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय एयरपोर्ट भी है और सभी प्रकार की रेल लाइनें हैं और आसपास का जो क्षेत्र है वो क्षेत्र भी सभी प्रकार की उद्योग को बढ़ाने की सभी अनुकूलताओं को लिए हुए है। ऐसे में 25,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों को यहाँ रोजगार प्राप्त हो सकेगा। पिछली साल जब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री ने बीना सागर जिले में भारत पेट्रोलियम की फ्लैगशिप पेट्रोकेमिकल्स परियोजना का सफल पूजन किया था, जहाँ 50,000 करोड़ से अधिक का निवेश होगा और 25,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों को रोजगार मिलेगा। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि इन सारे सेक्टरों के साथ साथ खास करके फार्मा के सेक्टर में भी हमारे यहाँ इकोसिस्टम उपलब्ध है। पीथमपुर सेज जो मध्य प्रदेश का सबसे पहला सेज है, लगभग 80 से ज़्यादा फार्मा इकाइयाँ स्थापित है। प्रदेश में कुल फार्मा इकाइयों की संख्या 275 से अधिक है। मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है कि हमने ये लगातार आगे बढ़ाते हुए रतलाम, झाबुआ, इंदौर ऐसे कई सेक्टर में फार्मा की संभावनाओं को तलाशते हुए इस दिशा में भी हम काम कर रहे हैं। उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि जिस प्रकार से मध्य प्रदेश यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी और हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्रीमान जेपी नड्डा जी के नेतृत्व में सभी सेक्टर में काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत जल्दी इसके अच्छे रिजल्ट मिलेंगे। मध्य प्रदेश सरकार अपनी निवेश के लिए खासकर इस सेक्टर में भी आकर्षक फार्मा पॉलिसी बनाने जा रही है। मैं एक बार फिर इस पूरे आयोजन के लिए आपको बधाई देता हूं और उम्मीद करता हूं यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में जैसे जैसे समय आगे बढ़ेगा, अभी हम उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि अभी हमारे बीच में जो मैडम शुक्ला ने उल्लेख किया था और हमारे मित्र हमारे माननीय भूपेंद्र पटेल जी ने किया था, तो गुजरात मध्य प्रदेश का जोड़ीदार है और उड़ीसा उसका भागीदार है। मैं उम्मीद करूंगा गुजरात और उड़ीसा के साथ साथ मध्य प्रदेश भी कदम से कदम मिला करके नए रिकॉर्ड बनाएगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। भारत माता की जय।
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for sharing about the